Greetings, my fellow freedom love sovereign thinkers. Thank you for tuning in to LL3 Podcast. My name is Craig, transmitting from the realms of beautiful planet Earth. And today's date is Friday, October 1st, 2021. Yeah, so just just listening to watching a couple of, saw a video and an interview video of Governor Hochul, or Hochul, whatever you want to call her, Hochul, praising God, thanking God for creating scientists and having the vaccine. Man, these cultist hacks are at it again. Wow. Can we say Twilight Zone 101? Speaking of Twilight Zone, I was watching one video that was from one site about getting rid of Ron DeSantis, and it's called Forever Purge. Talk about the fear factor. My goodness, the propaganda machine. This is just getting it's very comical. It should be on Comedy Central, as far as I'm concerned. So it doesn't matter. Like I said, I just laugh. I can have my disagreements with Governor DeSantis, some of his actions. I'll be very fair about it, but give me a break. So you want to get rid of DeSantis, call him the Satan and all that. To me, it's just a joke. Okay, if you're gonna be critical, have merit. Don't be a parrot. Don't. And the truth of the matter is, folks, the people who made this video is projection. Okay, they want a police state. They want tyranny. They love totalitarianism. They want us to lick the boots of the state. They don't like free will, freedom of choice. They're anti-liberty. That's the truth. They're just emulating the ones they despise, supposedly. Or they love that fetish. Control everyone. Bring out the shackles and chains. Medical Jim Crow at his finest. Oh, man. But you folks can make those decisions. Do your homework. And choose wisely. That's what freedom of choice is. And some of these ads, these political campaign hacks, they're just meek and pathetic. That's just my view on it. Speaking of that people like to choose poorly, politicians and so forth, government. This actually came out yesterday from guns.com. And this would be, if I'm correct, it'll be episode 1397. Okay. So long, gun haters. Smith & Wesson moved to Tennessee. And let's see what this person has to say. There's no author on here. But, Chris Egger. Excuse me about that, Mr. Egger. Citing the changing business climate for firearms manufacturing in Massachusetts, Smith & Wesson said they are relocating their historic headquarters to a more pro-gun climate. The move announced Thursday would see S&W's headquarters and significant elements of its operations, including 750 jobs, move from Springfield, Massachusetts to Maryville, Tennessee by 2023. While the famed American gunmaker has been based in Springfield since 1852, the company official says time for a change. There has been extremely difficult and emotional decision for us, but after an exhaustive and thorough analysis for the continued health and strength of our iconic company, we feel that we have been left with no other alternative, said Mark Smith, the company's president and chief executive officer. Smith pointed to legislation recently proposed in Massachusetts that, if enacted, would bar the company from making certain popular firearms in the state. These bills would prevent Smith & Wesson from manufacturing firearms that are legal in almost every state in America that are safely used by tens of millions of law-abiding citizens every day exercising their constitutional Second Amendment rights, protecting themselves and their families and enjoying the shooting sport, said Smith. While we are hopeful that this arbitrary and damaging legislation will be defeated in the session, these products made over 60% of our revenue last year, and the unfortunate likelihood that such restrictions would be raised against led to a renewal of the best path forward for Smith & Wesson. See, you got legislation trying to tell people how to run their business more micromanaging. I bet you a lot of these bobbleheads that are pushing for this can't even wash their own clothes or wipe their own rears. I'm just one of those things, folks. S&W with some 1,700 employees has been lauded by industrial trade groups in Massachusetts for their contribution to the state economy and a rich legacy of supporting philanthropic efforts in the community throughout the decades, to including creating manufacturing technology application programs seen as a model for the rest of the Commonwealth and leading efforts to go green through the use of solar energy. One other high-profile gun builders with smaller operations in Massachusetts include Savage Arms and Yankee Hill Machine, latter founded in the state. The company's plastic injection molding facility in nearby, but now no less gun-restrictive Deep River, Connecticut, will also be sold as part of the move, with a portion of its operations moved to Tennessee. Figures provided by the National Shooting Sports Foundation stress the firearm industry already employs nearly 7,800 people in Tennessee, though direct or indirect jobs, and contributes over $1.7 billion in economic impact. The firearm industry pays $130.5 million in federal and state taxes annually and contributed an additional $22.1 million in excise taxes that benefit wildlife conservation. Gun makers know they aren't wanted. S&W likely saw the writing on the wall and has been steadily pushing distributions to a state-of-the-art facility in Missouri. Troy Industries, who like S&W, Smith & Wesson, long called Springfield home, announced a move to Tennessee earlier this year. Going beyond that, Kimber and Checkmate have been moving from New York to facilities in Alabama and Georgia, respectively, while Carr made a similar transition to Pennsylvania in 2014. When Colorado adopted a magazine capacity limit in 2013, Magpul kept a promise to leave the state, moving next year to facilities in Wyoming and Texas. More recently, Weatherby, a rifle maker that called California home for generations, relocated to Wyoming as well. Finally, although they called Illinois home for over 40 years, LMT, formerly known as Lewis Machine and Tool, pulled stumps in 2019 and opened a new factory just across the state line in a Pro 2A, Iowa. They may have learned the trick from Olin Winchester, as the ammo maker headquartered in the land of Lincoln, but for the past several years has concentrated production in Mississippi, a constitutional carry state with industrial-friendly practices. This follows a pattern of firearms and ammunition manufacturers that are mitigating to states that respect the contributions of the firearm industry and respect the Second Amendment rights of those who purchase their products, says Lawrence G. Keene, NSSF Senior Vice President and General Counsel. The decision to expand production by any firearm manufacturer is indicative of the strong and vibrant market of lawful gun ownership. Firearm sales have been at record levels for more than 18 months, and this investment in the future shows that the leading firearms manufacturers see a market will continue room for growth. Well, one thing I gotta say, folks, when the state knows best, it turns to manure once again. It's a real shame because Smith & Wesson, that's like a historical landmark when you look at it. Now people are going to maybe be out of work or they decide to relocate in Tennessee. It's going to hurt, as far as I'm concerned, it's going to hurt that state, that commonwealth, really bad. And the truth of the matter is, my friends, you can go after those bastards that try to take your jobs. What's going to be next? I'll take your jobs away. Come on. Many people call it Taxachusetts. I've been up there. It's some beautiful folks out there in that state, and got your clowns as well, like everywhere else. People need to be liberated. Folks need to look at their state constitution. As far as I'm concerned, Paul Revere and Samuel Adams are rolling in their graves. It just really gets to me at times. This is why an individual like myself never trust the government, period. It's not a personal thing, but rather principle. Let's see how the people decide what want to do. Transfer to the state. You guys got the skills? Ask for relocation. I hope you guys get it. Because here's the thing. The government of Massachusetts needs you more than you need them. Without the people, they are nothing. That's my intake on it. I'd like to thank everyone for listening. Plus, feel free to download and share us throughout your social media networks. If you have any questions, comments, or something on this interesting, check out. Whatever you do, please send your correspondence to the Quorum. Furthermore, I'll leave the footnote of this article on my speaker page. If you want to contact me via email, you can go to LokiLuck03@protonmail.com. If you want to do a donation, contribution, you can hit me at paypal.me or cash.app/LokiLuck3. If you want to support guns.com, that would be great. Hey, folks, we have natural rights. Let's exercise it. Freedom of choice is what we got. Once again, thank you for your time. Plus, always remember that the demoniac resistance is healthy for the soul and can liberate humanity. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Keep on spreading the love, and may your guardian spirits be with you.